Okay, we'll call this meeting to order, June 16th. It's 5:33. We'll do roll call for the board members that are present. Elizabeth Aiken.
Present.
Jonathan Garrett.
Present.
Bill Erdl.
Present.
I'm Kristen Wiley. I'm present. Emily Thompson is absent tonight. And Seth Jones.
I'm here.
Staff. Seth is present. Okay. Approval of previous month's minutes. These were sent out after the last meeting. Do we have any discussion about them?
I don't think so.
Okay. We can approve them because Jonathan and Liz and I were here, so that's 3.
Okay.
So,
Move to approve?
okay, I'll second. So, we'll sign that.
All right.
Maybe we should do all in favor.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, old business, any master plan updates? I'm sure there'll be some in the director's report, you just want to hold off for that?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay, any members have any old business?
No.
Okay, new business?
The only new thing would be to approve the non-reverting, which is kind of that first little
Okay,
packet. We made a formal request there and included the quote from the Taylor Tree Service.
okay,
We're wanting to have, like, I think it's 6 large dead hazard trees along the main road, cut down and removed. I figured we're going to have them hauled out just because it's such a high profile area, just kind of clean it up, make it look nicer. So,
sure.
yeah, that's the quote for that.
Any discussion on the quote or removing the trees? We've used Otero before,
Yeah,
lots of times, haven't we?
Yeah, they do really good work.
I will welcome a motion, if anybody wants to make a motion.
I make a motion that we approve the $4,900 from non-reverting for the removal of the multiple hazard trees.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you. I'll get that scheduled with him. The plan is just to shut the road down forever. I'm assuming he might get it in 1 day, maybe 2 days. We just shut the road down completely so he can work
okay,
without any worries of any cars coming around the corner.
okay. Okay, I think we're ready for the director's report, Seth.
Okay. Starting off with the personnel there, we do have a new camp host at Muscatatuck Park. It's an older couple, Donna and Ed Wallace. They were actually the parents of one of our former camp hosts. I don't know if you guys remember Jason and Autumn Wallace. They were with us about 3 years ago, and Donna is Jason's mother. So they started just about a week ago. They will be gone for a couple of weeks. They had a vacation planned in the works, so I'm going to work with them, of course, on that. They're getting ready to leave, I think, next week. Then, yeah, this month we got quite a few people just using some time, getting away for a little bit. I will be off next week. We have Isaac, he's off starting today. He'll be back next Friday. Then Alex is going to take off on Thursday this week, and Paul's off next Monday. So we're just doing the bare minimum right now, making sure we keep the grounds looking nice and make sure the camping and shelters are good to go. That's the focus right now. Moving on to the office and administration issues. Back to the master plan. So we just finished up the community input portion with the mobile display bouncing around a couple of different sites around the county, and we had the online survey. So I'm actually in talks with the firm right now. They're going to come down on Thursday to pick up the mobile display, and then they're going to take inventory and survey the 2 properties, kind of assess everything. Then once they study the results of everything, they'll reach out to me and we'll schedule the next steering committee meeting. So just kind of waiting right now until they reach out for the next step.
Okay. Do you have any idea of, like, when about that might be, or did they give you any?
No, not really
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
I would think sometime mid-July,
Okay.
just holidays coming up and giving them time to go over all the results.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a guess though.
Okay.
I don't know. Next up, I got my first form from the auditor for the 2027 budget request. So actually, if you look after the report, I included the request form. Kind of breaks down all our different accounts. I essentially just requested a 3% increase for cost of living for all the accounts across the board, except for tires and tubes. I asked for an increase in that because we previously only had $440 for the year. Like I get to later, we had to replace a tractor tire, and that was $280 alone. So between 4 mowers, 2 trucks, and a tractor, I wanted to up that budget a little bit. Garage and motor, I wanted to up that a little bit too. Currently, we're sitting at $561 for the year. I want to get that up to $1,500. That's the account I try to use for all our mower maintenance and oil changes. So the costs for all like filters and oils for one mower costs about $130. So again, 4 mowers, we have to do oil changes on trucks a couple times a year. I want to up that so I don't have to take it out of equipment and repair, because I want to save that account for when stuff actually breaks down and make sure we can get it fixed. And then lastly, I just kept the splash pad and uniforms account the same, because last year they upped the uniforms for us and they established the splash pad account, and we're doing fine in both of those. I didn't feel a need to ask any more out of those 2 accounts. Moving on, this was about a week and a half ago or so, I met with Nikki Lucas from HR and David Moore from our insurance company. They just kind of want to assess the properties and see if anything stands out as a hazard tree thing. He said everything looks good. There's nothing really that look like a hazard to him. So, yeah, sitting good there. Moving on, I forgot to mention this in that last meeting. I went in front of the county commissioners and asked for the approval of some money from the bonds. So the previous director requested some capital improvements. We still have to go in front of the commissioners to get approval for that. So they okayed me for $10,000 for Eco Lake water treatments, and then $2 just for general gravel around the different properties, which I plan on using primarily in Scatatuck at some point. So that'll help out quite a bit, because before, well, gravel we just kind of did when we had the funds for, and the water treatments we kept taking out of non-reverting. So moving on to the Scatatuck Park grounds. Schoolhouse, I just spoke with the contractor. We're still waiting to schedule the gutter installation on that. It's just a matter of scheduling and whether, it's not a huge rush from our end. The roof's taken care of. But I just spoke with him today. He's hoping to do that in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. We spoke before. I replaced the liability statement signs at the entrance to Scatatuck Park. Also bought another one for Eco Lake Park. Already received that. The price wasn't too bad, so I just went ahead and paid for that out of the building and grounds account. Splash pad, hot topic of the whole county. We failed 2 consecutive water tests. That means 2 weeks in a row. So when you fail 2 in a row, you have to shut it down until you pass your next test. So it's essentially testing for bacteria, and it's been too high. So we think it's just due to the high increase in usage the last couple of weeks. There's just been a ton of people on it all day, every day. So
Especially with that hot weather there.
Yes,
a couple
yes.
weeks ago.
and then also we had a couple downpours too, so that rain filters in there. You get rainwater, that affects it as well.
Yeah.
So we have been following the same procedure we did all last year, to great success. We had a good year last year, but we're going to try to modify our schedule a little bit just to, try to keep it open. So we're going to try to up our shocking and our backwashing, increase that, and hopefully we continue past this. We don't have to shut it down again. We know it's a real sore spot for the community. Everybody enjoys it. We hate seeing it down as well, but we're doing everything we can to keep it open and running. So, moving on to Eco Lake Park. Oh,
Can
sorry.
I interrupt you for a minute? So will you retest how soon will you retest? In a week?
So actually, we failed last week, so we shut it down last weekend. And I actually submitted a sample today. So I had one guy that was on duty this weekend, backwashed it multiple times. We shocked it last week. I shocked it Monday, backwashed again Tuesday morning, and then I took a sample in Tuesday afternoon. Results usually take about 48 hours, so by Thursday afternoon. If I don't get any calls, that means everything's good. But if I get a call, that's just them making sure I'm aware that we failed again.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So if we passed
Mhm.
by Friday we should know.
That's the goal, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I should know by Thursday, and then that should allow us to open up on Friday for the
Okay.
weekend again.
Okay.
When it's closed, is it completely dry and people,
Yes,
Stay
I
on
put a
there.
sign out letting everybody know it's closed due to a failed water
Good.
sample. That we're trying to do what we can to fix it, and it just, the water feature remains off, but the circulatory system keeps running and we keep treating the water that's in there. But yeah, as far as the public side, it's completely shut down.
good, save you guys from further headaches?
Yeah. Yeah, moving on to the Eco Lake Park grounds, we're still waiting on parts for the hot water heater. Working with Hall Heating, it's nobody's fault really, it's just supply and demand, just trying to get parts in, everything's taking a long time. For example, the last part, they ordered it and they were told it would be shipped in 1 to 14 days, which is quite a large window, I think,
Sure.
but
Yes.
you know, there's not much you can do about it except wait. So
Yeah.
they're talking with the people, they're trying to get the ball rolling and get things moving, but we're kind of at the mercy of whoever has the part right now.
Yeah.
So I keep saying hopefully this week, and I mean it this time because they were hoping it should arrive this week. I haven't heard anything, but again, wait and see.
Mhm.
Yeah, not much we can do there. For the culverts out at Eco, for the Lake Inlet, you guys approved $6,250 to have the culverts replaced. Dane said did that work last week.
Oh,
Yeah, so he's already got it done.
okay.
We actually had to push it back a week due to, again, supply issues. He couldn't get the culverts in time. So, but he got it in last week, got it all done. He's still going to come back in and do a little riprap work around a few sides. So, he already billed me for $3,500 just to help cover the cost of the culverts themselves. And then we still have to pay the remaining amount whenever he gets done with the job.
Okay.
So, that's it for Eco Lake. Everything out there, and that's looking pretty good. Equipment, I just put this down there. We had to replace the tractor tire, just one of the smaller front ones. I just put it down there as an example again. That small tire cost us $280.
Mhm.
Yeah, over half my budget for tires right there. Moving on to events. Yeah, we got the Jennings County Public Library WOW Bus. I was told the 11/24. I actually saw a post. I think they were there another day. I don't know if they changed their schedule. I'm not sure. So I haven't been posting on their social media because I'm not exactly sure what their schedule is. I haven't seen them on property myself. So,
Okay.
usually they're around lunchtime, but I haven't seen them yet.
And are they at the dining hall? Is that where they are?
They usually hang out in the gravel parking lot between the dining hall and the playground splash pad. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, of course, we have the Dino coming up after 4th of July. We got NDOT Company Picnic in September, Hoosier Beamers every September, and then some cross-country events. And then we have the NICA bike race first weekend of October, which that'll be the 3rd year of their returning. So, that's it for my report. Again, there's that 2027 budget request form. And then, as always, the last package is kind of overview of our financial situation. First page is what we've collected in the month of June so far, which we're right a little over 10,000 this month, so it's been pretty good. Probably, hopefully giving out 15 or so for this month. The next page is just kind of a ledger for our non-reverting account. That's just all our reported collections for each month and all the money we spend out of that account. Looking pretty good there. Next up is just kind of non-reverting outlook, which is what we already have planned to spend out of that account. It's actually a little bit higher than that because I upped the tree removal from Otero to 15,000 because I'd rather shoot high and come in low than shoot low, be disappointed. So yeah, I got an extra 10,000 there. And then next sheet is just a history of our non-reverting, kind of redundant there. And as always, the last thing is just our monthly general budget transactions. And that's all I got for you guys. If you have any questions about anything, by all means, let me know. I'll explain anything if that's not good.
You generally don't get it.
I believe a lot of those accounts were increased by 4% last year. I only asked for 3% to help soften the blow, to help up the other accounts, you know, to make up for the extra request.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at the budget request form. The reason Alex is 2025, that is because he was only hired for a partial year. Is that correct? Is that what that is?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he didn't start until March or April, I believe.
Okay,
So that's why we didn't use the full amount of it.
Yeah. okay.
I'd like to, at some point, change the descriptions of the staff.
Yeah,
'Cause I feel like director's fine, I feel like Alex should be maintenance supervisor.
Yeah.
And then just assistant 1, assistant 2, I think is a better representation
yeah.
of the jobs.
I would also, at some point, love to get even just a part-time person. They could be in the office for you,
Yeah.
so that it would free you up a little more.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough one, just because part-time, you want it like, our reservation system, it's fairly easy to use, but it does take some time to learn it, so you hate to train, spend a month or something training somebody and then have them leave and then train them all over again, because the training does take time away from other stuff I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, no, we kind of discussed it, like, do we want another employee, like, in the field, or, like, an office manager type position? I'd much rather go with the office manager and have somebody, like, solely be responsible for all the reservations. So
Yeah.
Because right now we have it set up, so if you work the weekend, you'll work in the office that week, so you're familiar with what's going on in the campground. Or I'd rather just have somebody there week in and week out, because it does lead to confusion, because a customer can call and talk to one person, and they'll discuss something, and they call back a week later, and they talk to somebody else, and like, well, I don't, I didn't talk to you, I don't know what was said, what they promised you, or anything like that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, a full-time person in there would be ideal, for sure. I don't have anything else. Anybody else?
The internet issues, have those been resolved?
It's up and running for the time being. I've got a quote from MetroNet to change service. Again, with me being on vacation next week, I'm just kind of putting it on the back burner. I thought about reaching out if I have time this week. I have a number of different meetings, got to meet with the firm as well. But I'd like to maybe get the ball rolling and set it up so when I come back from vacation, we can get that switched over. I just want to make sure logistically, I don't cut one service too soon and, have an outage. So, but the plan is to switch over to MetroNet.
Okay.
And I even talked with them about the possibility. We talked about, like having a mobile device for the staff in the field if we ever wanted to use a reservation system like that. And they said that is a possibility. So I made sure that is something we could do if need be in the future.
Okay. Okay, any other questions? We have no questions from the audience tonight, so I think we can adjourn the meeting unless somebody has something else to say. Okay, anybody want to make a motion?
A motion to adjourn?
Second.
Okay. We adjourn at 5:53.